you going to ask so I can have it
No,
all
no, you just got to wait.
3, 2, 1, cut, go.
Peter from ATB here, and I'm with one of Australian Thoroughbred Bloodstock's leading owners, or is it most vocal owners, and Maureen. Now, you're in a few horses with your daughter and a few others, including friends Sandy and Cole.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun over the journey?
We certainly do have lots of fun. Even going to the trials in the freezing cold and rain.
I don't know if you call that fun, but yeah, I did see you at the trials once. Now,
Twice, thank you.
Twice, right. Connery, favourite horse?
Yes, he was our first.
First
with
and winner.
ATB.
Now, there's been a few questionable rides on Connery over the journey. Who pulled out the worst ride?
I'll keep quiet on that.
Keep quiet?
Yes!
Surely it was Ethan Brown, I reckon he got hammered.
Yes.
Craig Williams, the latest rider. Was that a good ride or a bad ride?
Do I say it?
Say it.
Skeleton!
Skeleton? Ah, dear. Now, we've just seen French Fizz run here today. She was good in her first run for the new stable.
Yes.
Harry Coffey didn't do much wrong on that little filly.
No, but she was in barrier 1, so...
Don't like that. You need to draw the barriers for us.
Yes.
Yeah, so good fun with ATB.
Very.
Gonna buy.
Nice bunch of guys and girls.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, there's an interesting syndicate name you're in. Was that you that named it or your daughter?
Which one?
The three of us put in. Sandy, yourself and...
We all did it.
Bailey's and Champers. Does that reflect the social life?
Yes. Up on the Murray River at Robinvale.
Beautiful. All right, we won't go any further, but let us know when you want to bag a jockey ride out, and we'll get you back on ATB-TV again.
Yeah, but Darren has to be there too.
Yeah, he's number one. He's the male bagger outer. You're number one female. Thanks, Maureen.
Cheers. Baileys and Champs, been in here for an hour. They're off tap. They're off tap now.
Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at the Bendigo Racecourse. And we've just had an interesting interview there, Pete. What can you tell us about that?
Some excitable ladies. That was Maureen Blues, mother of Fiona Wilson, and good friends with Sandy Favour, who have their own little syndicates in a few of our fillies, and in the women's racing horses. And yeah, Maureen, we tried to put her on the spot with her jockey bag.
Well, Pete, I've got one thing to say to you. You get an autographed photo of her and Craig Williams together.
She loves Craig.
She's a fan.
Oh yeah, so you mentioned there about one of, was it Right Your Name next week? See Williams in barrier 1, she flew through the chair.
Well, the girls are having a good time there, having a drink of champagne, so good on them. They love their racing.
And that's what it's all about. It's good to see.
A lot of days we go and there's no one there, but that's fantastic to see them here and loving their racing.
I do enjoy Fridays and the weekend, because you know you're going to roll into a few others and have a chat. There's a couple of ladies there I hadn't met before, and find out they've actually got background in horses and been with trainers. And
been riding work.
Yeah, so...
Probably teach us a thing or two.
Can't say too much now, we're going to make sure it's all right. So,
anyway. All right, mate, well, let's go through last week.
Yep.
We've got to roll the dice all the way back to Friday.
Yeah, Lord Lennox, your best bet of the week.
Yeah, my best bet of the week didn't go any good at all. Just look in the yard, I knew I was in trouble. He needed the run, and that's the way he raced. So he'll benefit from that. So he's a good horse. We just got to be patient. Maybe third up now.
On the home turn, I thought Darren's got this best bet up. He's travelled sweetly to the turn.
And he went like me the last 100. Stopped blowing.
Saturday at Caulfield, Angel Lass and Robe de Fay. Now, he ran last. I don't know what they made of that run.
Robe de Fay?
Yeah.
I think there's two Robe de Fays, Pete.
Righto.
There's the one that's thinking about the girls, and there's one that's thinking about racing.
Ah, righto.
So he was having a girls' day out on Saturday.
Righto.
So...
there's
a massive chance that horse could be moved on.
Right. Angel Lass, now we talk about her twofold today.
She was our
best place bet.
We just got the venue wrong.
4 days early. And look, I suppose we'd learn a lesson, Dean rode her. She got buffeted around a bit. She hit the line solidly, again beat 2.5, beaten 6.
1100 was too short.
Yeah.
Simple. She was at the top, like Dean said. Dean had never sat on the back. He rode her as good as he could, and he got off and said, look, she was at the top most of the way.
Yeah.
And just get it to 1400.
Very similar to what Preusker said when he got off on it. Similar sort of result. And if we roll forward, she went to Sandown on Wednesday and just got beaten.
We backed her up 4 days later,
Yeah.
1300, and she got beat by a very smart horse. She ran second at Sandown on Wednesday over 1300 and got beat by a horse, Pete, that as a 2-year-old won the gold ingot, $150,000 race, obviously been off the scene, looked magnificent in the yard, you know, been off the scene a year, and they trained it right up for that race, and it was too good. It was 3 wide, no cover. If it's not there, we win.
Yeah.
But yeah, ran into a good one, and they knew it was going to win too.
Yeah.
So
Henry
anyway,
Dwyer?
yeah, and Mark Young had done a lot of the work on the horse. So look, well done to them. But I thought our filly proved that 1, she can back up, and 2, she is looking for that extra ground.
Yeah, 2 good ticks and a bit of confidence going forward.
So the boys all wanted to back up on Saturday. 3 weeks, three runs in a week.
We'll get into the greyhound territory there.
Yeah.
Mackay. Red She Goes Boom. I don't know what the wash-up was, but we were hoping she could run a place.
Well, yeah, that was the plan, but that didn't happen. But mind you, yeah, the kid didn't really punch her out.
No, I looked at that and I thought, if I was a steward, be the first person I'd be saying, where's
What's
your
going
wit?
on there?
Where's your vigour?
Yeah, just
I thought, if that was
from the
something
200, it kind of stopped and she stopped, which made it look worse than it was. But look, she's got 1 more go.
Yeah, right. And that's that race he was going to go to after this.
Is that this week?
No, it's a week after.
Yeah, she's got 1 more go.
On Tuesday, my best bet gave me a little bit of hope. Just missed again. Safety dance.
You were crowing to the 50.
I was up and about. I had Bruno on my side because I actually gave him a little bit of info that we're having a bit of a comp, and we were going to send a sly little message to you, but that went out the window in the last 50.
So what do we call it, Peter? Nil all draw.
Yeah, well, we got our place up 2 days later, and nil all draw. We'll have another go in a minute.
But safety dance. Look,
Honest.
Look, at the end of the day, he's got beat what, half a length?
Neck and a head.
He's had barrier, what, 15?
Yeah, second outside.
And he's claimed 1.5.
Yeah. We tried.
Just give me a gate and claim 4, and that's the difference.
Well,
now,
I reckon just the gate would have made the difference.
Yeah. And I think he was slow away, and I think the kid rode him really well.
Yeah.
And I know there's a few owners there that are not fans of Lewis Germans, but
3 back in the running line.
I had a chat to Tom Dabinick, and the horse will run at Ballarat
again,
and we are going to try and claim the 4.
Yeah.
With or 3 now with
McNeil.
Logan McNeil.
And he's rode, I think, 2 winners this week since then.
Yeah, so he's back to 3. So he's flying the kid, and that's just what we need. We just need that little bit of weight off.
What happens when you keep running 2nd, 3rd and 4th, you don't lose no rating points, so you got to run around with that weight all the time, and this is the time of year for those kids.
And the horse needs to go to the paddock. He's had a heap of runs, but
I did do the maths. 11 starts.
This prep.
Yeah, picked up nearly 40 grand.
40 grand.
And there's 1 win, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, 4 fourths of 5th. And there's only the 2 bad runs. And that was when we tried to get him out of the trip.
So out of 11 starts this prep, he's won 37 grand and ran
top 5
9 times.
And top 3 6 times. So I mean
he's tough, sound and consistent.
Yeah.
Gee, imagine if he was a good horse. He would have won $1 million.
So that means the error is coming from back in the office, isn't it? Because you can, the graph says there I am, claim. That's
just claim.
Yeah.
But there's just not many 3 kilo kids around it.
No. And they're just starting to come into the system, the new lot. So anyway,
I was so close to scratching him. From the gate, when we couldn't get the rider we wanted, but gee, it's hard to scratch a favourite. And Hayes was very convincing on what we should run.
And
I did speak to him.
And they backed the horse late as well.
Yeah. Anyway.
One more go. We mentioned Angel Lass, obviously second. The following day, this horse seen you seen a lot of traffic coming up here today, Darren, and so did Lady McPhee at Cranbourne yesterday.
Well, I expected to be here at 2:20, Pete, and the race was at 3, and I'm walking through the gate at 2:57, and the heart was pumping because they were doing safety barriers. They were doing those safety barriers, they had the lane closed. And do you think I could see one person working for the whole 8K?
council workers Friday.
I don't know if they were council
2:30
contractors or what they were. There
whatever
was
they
no
were.
one there. Anyway, Lady Mafke, she ran into a few safety barriers. That was just a total waste of a run. She never got out of second gear.
No.
She actually travelled, did everything
Absolutely
right,
beautiful.
and she was bolting it, but there was just nowhere to go, Pete.
Should have clearly ran second.
Where'd she run?
I think she ran 8th.
Beaten
Probably.
1.5?
To the second horse. The winner won reasonably well, but she just was just so bums. Should have
nowhere to
clearly
go.
ran second. And you were right.
It was a war, wasn't it?
Yeah. Young Mickey D said, unfortunately, the 3 horses that travelled the worst in the race were in front of him. So he's come off, and then there's a wall outside of him, and it was just closed the door.
I can honestly tell you, before the bend, probably at the 600 when she was on the fence 3 back, I felt sick.
Yeah.
When I saw the odds of the horses that were in front of her, because I knew they were going to stop.
Yeah.
And I knew then he might as well have just stopped and turned around and got off.
He did.
was going nowhere.
He said the same. I could feel it, and he was trying to edge off, but just was nowhere to go.
Just got to be careful running these horses on these tight tracks,
Well, and I'm glad Robbie mentioned it in his post
going to Geelong,
race as a Geelong race. I mean, you just go to the bigger tracks.
I think he might have got a little suggestions
Suggestions
from ATB.
64 or 1500, and the extra trip too.
Big track.
Yeah. Here today, it's sunny Benny though.
Beautiful day.
French Fizz first up. Now we were reminded that she may need the run.
Yeah, that's what we're told.
And today was a bit of a hope she can settle, which I think she did reasonably well, although Harris said she's still very hard to steal, and she just ran out of puff in the last 75 to 100.
Yeah,
ran 50.
she held a spot on the inside, which obviously in winter the inside's always questionable ground. And then just the last 100 she ran out of legs, but I thought she ran nice to run 5th, and she's probably a horse that needs a small track feet where she can get to the front and dictate. But she's won at Geelong, so she's a nice filly, and I think she's come back bigger and stronger. And I think Karen was pretty right in his team saying that she'd need the run. She was an each way chance. She's run 5th, got swamped late, probably just due to the ground on the inside, but I thought she ran really well.
Yep. No, well, so that's it. That's our runners. That's
right. So where do we go now?
A couple of seconds.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, big day at Flemington. What they call finals day.
Finals day.
Finals day.
Are you going?
Well, I've got to see what's going on at home. I wouldn't mind going there because we're in the legs of the quaddie.
Yes.
Are you going?
Definitely, I'll be there.
Yeah.
This is what these horses have been racing around for.
Isn't it a great concept for, what do you call it, off-season, but
winter racing.
Horses, but winter racing, and you got, I think all the races.
Unfortunately, a couple of them, there's some too good horses there, like Sawney at $1.90.
What's Chris Waller doing?
Give me them, please.
But of 150,000, so it's good prize money up for grabs.
That's why they're all there.
And all the voters' money with it.
And we're back to a 5 at the minute. We probably might end up on a 4 by our race.
All our horses will love that.
None of them handle the wet.
No. Don't really know a serious suspect, but I'm sure we've seen him at top of the ground.
Yeah, well, they're not heavy 8 horses or heavy 9 horses.
No, and one I'm really keen on. I mean, I like them all a bit each way, but Igniter back to Flemington.
What race is he in?
He's in the what they call the Mahogany Challenge final over 2,500.
So he ran second to Declaration of War, which was
Declares War.
By Declaration of War. Outstanding run.
Yeah.
And that horse, it's a pretty good horse.
Yeah. We went to the Derby and did no good.
Yeah, he went to Queensland. Then he got it to Caulfield and got on a heavy track and went useless.
Yep.
And we nearly put him out, but the weather forecast said it was going to be dry this week.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Can he run the 2,500? Well, I don't know.
That's the question.
We haven't ran him since because there's been heavy tracks everywhere and it's just a total waste of time. And you don't run good horses on synthetics when they're trying to get them fit.
Oh, that's right.
So we've dodged it. Robbie reckons he's good enough to train him into a 2,500 metre race without a run for about 3 weeks.
The question mark's on the trainer.
I think there's a big question mark on the trainer. And he's got Jamie Mott on.
Who knows the horse well, and it's probably got the best.
Who loves the horse.
Yep.
And the horse has been in for a while, so it's hard and fit. It's just going to come down to the bottom line is, can he run the 2,500?
The one horse
you
is
looking up the odds,
No, the one horse
is... putting a bet on?
No. He's good odds. He's great each way. The one horse is Spruiken, actually, has been to Queensland.
In our race?
Yeah.
That not a single doubt thing.
Yeah.
He can't win.
It's $4 and we're 15. We beat it home by 3 lengths.
Can't win.
Back here, it's 3.5 and we got beaten in net, same race. the weights would be similar.
It'd be more tired than me.
Well, it's gone Brisbane, Sydney. I think it raced at Sydney last week. It's $4.80 and we're $13.
I hate horses chasing races after carnivals.
And it's the afterthought, isn't it?
Yeah, this horse been set for this race. It's just a question of whether he can run the 2500 in my mind.
I mean, initially we were looking at Queensland, but we're able to revert that plan well inside.
We weren't sure we'd get a run.
No, that's right. So, I reckon it's a great each way chance. Serious
And
suspect.
what price?
$13 there fixed. Yep.
You on?
No.
You going to boost?
I'm going to back them all each way. I actually went...
All up?
I got the calculator out because I couldn't work it out in my head. All three of them multied up is... now I forgot, 2,000 to 1 I think it was. And all three...
We can't get one winner, Pete, let alone three.
All three of them to run a place based on their odds now is 60 to 1.
I don't mind that.
That's not a
I
bad...
don't mind that. I don't mind them all the place.
Yep, that's 60.
If ATB gets 3 winners in town on a Saturday,
We've
from
got to
3
get-
runners,
Yeah.
I'd be...
We've had doubles.
I'd need mouth to mouth. Right? Not by you, but mouth to mouth by
I better
somebody.
put a warning out of the paramedics.
But they could run a place, no doubt.
Serious suspect sprint final. Now this is a little bit of an afterthought because the race that he was going to come back to is in a fortnight, but the horse has done so well. And
I don't think it was actually. I don't think it was actually Saab's idea to run this horse Saturday.
It was Brad Will as well.
It was actually Brad Ruler galloped the horse
Yeah.
on Tuesday and suggested that he wouldn't be able to place in this race, even though he couldn't ride him at the weight.
Yeah, so that's a nice little push, isn't it?
That's a very good push. So I don't know. Is Brad Ruler a good trainer? Because he's a real good
I'll
jockey.
tell you what, he's riding well.
Oh, he's flying.
He's Linda Beach obviously on 54.
Well, she rides forward, and this horse needs to be ridden forward.
He's drawn
He's
9.
hard to get past.
He's drawn 9, which I'm thinking that's where most of the winners in the straight races, like in the last.
There's only one straight today. Sorry,
one straight race
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
And the rail's back in the true.
Yeah, it'd be interesting where they go.
I reckon they'll go the inside.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, you're probably going to be in the part of the track you nearly want to be.
Yep.
Anyway, I think he was $14 or $15. A bit of noise in the background. Still noise.
He's got the whole track team.
14 or
He's got the whole track to play with.
$14 or $15 each way. You can run a place.
Sneaky chance.
Collectibles, our last one. She's in the event final.
What's he doing?
TVs must be on this lot. Jeez, I reckon they get comments actually. I'll start.
Collectible. Yeah.
Collectibles, our final of the 3. So I think they're.
Your mate. Hanging the ladder around.
Collectibles, the final of our 3. I think we're in legs 1, 2, and 4 of the quaddie now.
Yeah.
So what's that? ATB, field ATB.
Donation.
The pay, all right.
I think I would just go all up the place.
She collectibles in a mile race, doing the end of Long Gate 1. It's the Revette Series final.
This has been the race she's been targeted for prep.
And we'll certainly appreciate the crown.
Now we had to run at Sandown the other day in the heavy because we needed the points to get in.
Yep.
As it turns out, we probably didn't because Waller just threw his short knee in.
Got in
never
anyway.
ran a heat, but there's not enough horses.
Yep.
And the field looks moderate, apart from it.
She's $14 out there.
Yeah, but the favourite's $1.90.
Yeah.
And it's got 60 in it.
Top weight.
And what do we got? 54.
Yep. So we've got
And the Endel's on it.
Yeah, 54.
Probably the strongest 54 rider going around.
Oh, for sure. And he's hungry. He come back and then he's on holidays and now he's back again. So I think she's going to do no work on the run. I suppose it's just where she lobs and the luck she has in the last 600. But
Well, it's a beautiful big straight.
and because she's got a good sprint.
She can change, she can go from, like, I know what will happen here. They'll jump out, let her be where she's comfortable, which will be in the back half. And then when he lets her rip, she will go from being where she is to almost challenging for the lead within about 8 strides.
Yeah.
And then it's just a question of getting to the line.
Yeah.
So he probably doesn't want to go too early,
No.
but she can turn it on real fast. She's got a great turn of foot. So look, we're trying to win a city race here. I don't know where Shawnee will be in the run. I don't even know what its racing pattern is, but it's $1.95. It's a class horse.
Yeah.
I was annoyed when I saw it in there, Pete, because it hasn't even qualified. And, you know, but look, it's got to give us 6 kilos. It's an afterthought, so who knows?
And you know we're going to do no work in the run from gate 1, so...
And if we can't beat it, well, we're not good enough.
And if you run second to it, you probably think, well, hold on, I'll run second to a smart one anyway.
Yeah, and then I'll headbutt Waller.
You might have just got your 60 to 1 place, multi up then headbutt Waller. Righto, Sunday, Sunday, I don't know where the race starts, Warrnambool or somewhere else. Monday is Mildura, they're back in vogue, the winter Mildura track. We got a treble up there one day.
You can go there, we don't go there anymore. We don't go there now. We've upgraded.
We're elitists.
Elitists.
We go to the public track at...
We'd rather run 6th at Bendigo than 1st at Mildura.
Or us elitists are going to the public track at Pakenham on Tuesday, or I am, yeah. Ransom Money, Brad Rawilla, Group 1 winning jockey on.
I'll tell you what, how good is Brad riding since he's come back from that horrible fall? He's just killing them on the synthetic. He's just out riding them, Pete. Like, he just understands it's a momentum surface, don't ride them pretty, just get them rolling, build, bang.
And then strong.
He's just out riding them all.
To be fair to Brad, and he'd probably echo those thoughts, when he hurt himself and the weird thing happened, you would think, well, not that he got an armchair ride with Weary because they were a good combination, he just wondered where he'd fit back into it. Well,
he wasn't getting a lot of rides for
no, and then all of us, but you know, he's come back probably thinking, where do I go? Anyway, he put himself out there and good on him. Yeah. Probably still not getting a lot of rides in town.
No, but that's just the weight. He's 58, you know. He's just 58 at the minute. But
anyway, we've styled him.
He's a gun.
And it's a funny situation because Mitch had 2 in the race and Jared was riding the other one, and so he had to really engage a jockey because if you wait the last moment, you end up with we don't know. And as it turned out, the race got split. So we end up, I mean, Jared would have rode if we'd known that. But
so you're happy to have Brad over Jared?
No, I can have both of Jared, my little mate. I worded him up about Dentara yesterday, so that's his next winner for us, he reckons.
Yeah.
Dentara.
Is he on it?
Well, he said she'll win next start.
Is he on it?
Well, I said I better make sure he is. Well, it was nominated for this meet, also nominated for Sandown.
On Wednesday?
Yeah, we won't know till Monday. It's 1,000 metre or 1,100.
Yeah, well, we tried to ring Robbie Griffiths just to get an update on where his horses are going next week, but then we realised it was Friday lunchtime, so there was just no hope of getting hold of him.
His lunch starts at 9 in the morning, doesn't it?
Oh,
Fridays.
Mate, the long lunch, king.
We don't have fields out for Sandown, but I mentioned maybe Dentara. But one I do know that's going is Captain Harry.
Captain Harry's going to Sandown Wednesday?
Jess Eaton will stay on with the 3.
Yep.
1800, up in class, up into a 70. That means we're down 3 kilos in weight with Jess's claim.
And if he's a little bit more conditioned, now that he's had the one go, he'll be right in it.
The horse that won that race the other day, Hostar, got 5 points. So if you go measurements just on that, it'll be 2.5 kilos more, and we beat it. We got beat 2.5 lengths. So if it starts favouring, which I think it will, we're not going to be far away, and probably be a 10 to 1 chance.
Yep. Good each way chance.
Yep.
So
that's it.
The
that's
tip
all
off.
I know. The tip off. Oh,
best bet and best place bet.
All right. My best bets. I'll go.
Gee, it's
hard now, isn't it?
When you only got half a dozen runners. Well, I'm going to go.
I'll make my best place bet Igniter.
Right, I'll go collectible.
Righto, and I'll make my best bet.
I know, I can't do that.
I'll go Ransom Money. Is that yours?
You said you go first.
All right, because I got 3rd in my best bet.
All right, well, I'm going to go. I think Captain Harry can win.
Yep.
And I'll go collectible as my anchor.
Place. Righto. So I'm Igniter, the place, Ransom Money, the win, Darren's collectible, the place.
So owners?
And Harry, the win.
Owners, if
there's
I were
4
you,
scratchings.
I'd just get on Serious Suspect.
Yeah, we've left 2 out. Have we?
1 out.
1 out. Yeah.
That'll be the one that wins. You watch. That shows how good we are.
Anyway, we'll work it out for yourselves.
Now,
I met up with Paul Preusker about 9 days ago, Darren.
Yeah.
We can finish the, unless you've got something else, we can finish off with 3 or 4 minutes with Paul. Cool, calm, laid back character. You just get enough out of him. But
just before you cross to that, I might just say Sunday week, Bendigo races are on.
Yep.
And it might be a good opportunity, Pete, that some of the owners in some of our yearlings that are up here in pre-training with Josh Julius, might want to come to Bendigo Races Sunday and pop in at Josh's stables on Sunday morning. So if you've got nothing to do Sunday week and you're thinking about looking for a day out and coming to Bendigo Races, Pete might be able to organise for you to visit your horses at Josh's, and he's going to reel them out now.
Quick and Dandy.
Quick and Dandy.
Eagles and Pins.
Eagles and Pins.
Sunbird.
Yep.
And Madam Mischief.
Well done. So those 4 horses are here at Josh's. They've been here for 8 days.
Yep.
They should be here for another 3 weeks. So if you do want to come and have a look at them in pre-training, Sunday week, get in touch with Pete. He might send
I'll send an invite out.
Invite out once he's spoken to Josh, because at this stage Josh doesn't know
He
about
doesn't
it.
know.
But anyway, that's okay.
But he's just got to do
just
it.
might be a nice idea if you come and have a look at your horse at Josh's, and then go on to the Bendigo Races if you so choose, because once the month's up, they'll all go to their trainers. So some will go across to Mick Price, Paul Preusker,
Danny later. Mick Price, Paul Preusker, Archie Alexander, and who's the other one there?
Yeah, that's right.
Price.
Yes.
You said that, didn't you? Yeah.
So 4 weeks at Josh's.
Yep.
They'll probably do 2 or 3 weeks at their trainers, then they'll all come back to the farm, which will be perfect because
It's spring.
they'll be out of the worst of the weather. So they'll miss all this July, August weather in the paddock, and they'll lob with 2 foot of grass. Then they'll probably have, depending on what the trainers say, but I would think anywhere between 6 and 8 weeks out, and then back in for their second burst. So,
And that next burst when we really get to learn a little bit.
yeah, that's when a little bit more pace work. So
Yeah.
they'll be perfectly educated at that stage.
Yep.
So now, Pete, Paul Preusker, I interrupted. You've
Yeah.
got a little something here.
Just a 4-minute Snapchat how he started with racing, how he got involved. It all started with his dad having a zoo.
A zoo.
And he loved animals, and it worked from there. So we'll just finish off with Paul. And,
That's something I didn't know.
yeah, there you go. A zoo, as in, I don't think it was a public zoo, but it was just a farm that turned into a zoo.
A private. Oh, well, let's have a look. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti.
Paul Preusker, Horsham-based trainer, who's now part of the ATB stable of trainers. Paul, we'll go right back to the start. Your interest in racing, how'd that all evolve?
Pop out a zoo, contained donkeys, horses, camels. That's where I kicked off.
So, love of animals.
Love animals.
Righto. Now, you're based at Horsham. You're based just out of Horsham.
Yep.
Actually, I need to get there myself, 5 or 10 minutes out. You've got land there, obviously. How many do you work? Staff?
Yeah.
You know, all that sort of...
8 k's out of Horsham, Pete. 40 acres I train on, and we've got 40 acres over the road. Got everything there. Some horses don't leave. Grueling conditions, good heavy sand, 1200 metre track, swimming pool, 2 high-speed treadmills. Just a good country environment that some horses can work 3 or 4 times a day, and there's no time limit.
That's your point of difference. You can find
Yeah.
maybe from the heavier based stables in cities, etc.
Yeah, you know, I find some horses like to do their serious work at a night time rather than the morning. The older they get, the more you got to work with them, a bit like us, you know.
Obviously, the Horsham track for that next step is only 10 minutes away, so you get in there for grass gallops and
Yeah,
trials.
we've got good access there twice a week, and a committee that really got behind us and made it available and make it happen. So we've actually got really good facilities and no excuses at Horsham.
And from race day point of view, you're probably dead smack centre between Adelaide and Melbourne from a point of view
Yeah,
going either way.
it's really alive as far as catering for your horses. You know, if they're struggling, you can kick to the south, or you know, Melbourne's now only 3 hours, which is you know, so it's sort of a luxury. Yeah, you can travel anywhere, not far from Horsham.
Yep. Obviously, the connection with ATB, it's slowly evolved over 12 or 18 months. I think we've sent you a few cripples that obviously haven't worked out, but we've got, I think it's 6 horses with you now. We're throwing you another couple of cripples to see if you can get them going, but excited about that next step going forward.
Yeah, it's a really good concept and a good team to work with, and I love the honesty and the dedication. Really pleased to be part of it.
Yep. And from your point of view as a trainer, obviously I'd be thinking that Horsham is going to be a base for forever and a day. Just goals and plans going forward? Is it just to lift the quality, or is it just to keep building slow bridges as you go along slowly?
Yeah, really looking forward to. Spent a lot of time the last 2 years sort of trying things, changing things. Really feel it's working for me, and stretching into just better races. You know, exciting at the moment to have a couple of good stone horses, and one looks to be heading to the Melbourne Cup. You know, which is always a dream to do. That's my goal.
No doubt this season, or the results, especially over the last 3 or 4 months, will be your best with the Adelaide Cup with Surprise Baby, and also I Am Summer, which won one of the best country sprints around the Wangoom. They would have been great results and great achievements.
Yeah, look, it was really happy with the season. Good to be able to cater for a good line stayer and a good line sprinter. Takes some thinking out, but really nice to achieve it.
Any preference, stayer, sprinter?
I like my stone horses.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the case.
That's me.
Well, we've got a few lined up there for you. Yeah, look, not much more. Obviously, we look forward to the relationship going forward. Just one last question. Melbourne Cup, Cox Plate.
Melbourne Cup.
Too easy. That answers the stayers side of it. Thanks, Paul.